If you thought the Super Bowl was messy on the field, wait till you hear about the mess that happened off the field. So Cardi B and Quavo allegedly got into it at the Fanatics party. Stefon Diggs got treated like a regular person and had to wait in line. Cardi's store still ain't sold out after 4 months. Lil Baby got a whole NFL player shot and Doechii just came out the closet. Allegedly, Cardi B and Quavo got into a heated argument at the Fanatics Super Bowl party in Chow. It was not about music. It wasn't about beef or nothing like that. It was about money. So according to word on the street, Chow, the Fanatics event was supposed to be this exclusive star-studded party. Travis Scott was supposed to be there. Cardi B, SZA, Ashanti, Nelly, Ciara, they were all performing. But apparently Cardi B and Quavo and his team got into it over some money that was owed. Now y'all remember that whole situation with Cardi B and the Migos when Offset cheated allegedly with Saweetie and then all that mess happened? Well, Cardi and Quavo have had this weird tension ever since Takeoff passed. So they ain't beefing publicly, but they definitely ain't cool like that. So at this party, Travis Scott was there trying to play peacemaker all night, making sure the vibes were right. But according to people who were there, things got tense when Cardi, Quavo, and his team most definitely got into it over some money. And 21 Also Savage and Lil Baby were also there, but they were not having it when Ghana arrived at the event, and Lil Baby had Michael Rubin escort Ghana out of the party. So the whole party was chaotic. Everybody came out about 20, 30, and 40 deep, child. This was giving mob energy. Allegedly, Quavo owes Cardi B about $3 million that he hasn't yet paid. And y'all can see in this clip that Quavo is there and Cardi B is there, but they're not speaking, child. They're not talking. They're in the same room, but they're not interacting like that. Now, speaking of Cardi B, child, y'all remember how Bardi Gang was out here talking about all that mess, saying Cardi's Lil Miss Drama Tour is going to outgross Nicki Minaj's Pink Friday tour too. Well, child, it is not looking good. So the tour was announced 4 months ago, September, and it is still not sold out.
Now, my tour right now is a 90% sold out and is predicted to completely sell out this week.
Now, so she has got about 38,000 tickets that are still available for 28 out of 32 shows. So that's 88% sold out, not 90% that she claimed. And her tour is not going to sell out this week, child. She is lying. So there are 4 venues that have been left out. So Las Vegas, Houston, Hartford, and Sunrise, because those events, those venues actually don't sell through Ticketmaster. But then when you look at those excluded venues, child, it is blue. It is a Democratic Party over there with all those blue sitting, meaning there's tons of seats still available. And if she couldn't sell out in 3 months, child, what makes you think, what makes Bardi Gang think that she's gonna sell out in 7 days? And her tour starts today. Now, because people aren't buying these tickets, and the first show, child, the first date is about 9,000 people, and she couldn't even sell out the first date. So now she and her team have resorted to, giving away free tickets. And just a few weeks ago, I talked about this, about how Ken Barbie's always setting Cardi B up to fail. I talked about how he was bragging about not being on Station Head, about Cardi B not being on Station Head, giving away free tickets. So he was shading Nicki Minaj by not mentioning Nicki Minaj, but talking about what Nicki Minaj did. Well, here comes Cardi B creating and sharing a post talking about how she will be giving away free tickets.
Hi guys, it is your girl Cardi B, and I teamed up with FanView to give some of you guys some tickets for my tour. Now, my tour right now is a 90% sold out and is predicted to completely sell out this week. So you will be very, very lucky if you get these tickets, because not only are they going to be for free, but they are going to be unavailable very, very soon. So, and also we also got a lot of surprises. I'm going to be giving more giveaways and more special stuff. I don't know, I might give you more things than just tickets. You know what I'm saying?
Anyway, child, let me know if y'all gonna be supporting Cardi B and buying tickets. Now, speaking of taking L's, child, so y'all see what happened to Stefon Diggs after he lost both rings at the Super Bowl. So fans spotted Stefon Diggs having to wait in line with normal regular people at a party, and he was with his brother. So not VIP, not backstage, not getting escorted in by security, but waiting in line like everybody else. So when a reporter went up to him and asked him, "Hey, Stefon, like the hoodie, trying to make small talk?" Stefon said, "I don't really need a hug. Don't touch me." Child, he was in his feelings, and I don't blame him, child. So his team lost 29-13 to the Seahawks, which means Stefon didn't get his ring, and he lost his VIP access, his proposal plan, and his relationship with Cardi B, which might be over because they unfollowed each other right after the game. But I wouldn't be surprised if they pop out back together again, child. I wouldn't be surprised. Now, the police haven't named Lil Baby as a suspect, but according to the police report and witnesses, so the whole thing started because Lil Baby's crew tried to crash K on White's private party and got denied, and then shots were fired. note, thank you to everyone who has reached out with their prayers and concerns on my behalf. I've undergone successful surgery. For those who know me, y'all know this one stopped me from spreading peace and joy to the world. Full steam ahead. I'm in great spirits and ready to make the most of this off season. End quote, child. I'm just wishing him the best and the speediest recovery, child. I just hope little baby, I mean whoever shot him, has to face justice. But the police will only actually make an arrest if he cooperates. If he keeps his mouth shut, child, the perpetrator might go scot-free. Now let us talk about Doechii. So, in case you do not know, Doechii has always been open about her sexuality. So, she previously identified as bi. Okay, and she was talking about dating women in multiple interviews in 2024. She told Gay Times, and I quote, "I think I've always been gay. I knew I was always gay. I'm currently bisexual. I am a woman now, and I've always known that I loved women," end quote. But eagle-eyed fans, child, they know that she created a new lifestyle IG account called God's Great Glamour. Child. GGG. God's Great Glamour. And in the bio, she added the word lesbian to the list of topics she will be posting about. Now, child, all I'm gonna say is we've been new. I mean, that closet was made of glass. In an interview last year, she actually did say that straight men were a red flag. And with the way she has been moving, child, I mean, I think everybody knew. I don't even know why she had to make this announcement, but child, hey, it is news, and people are actually dragging her about, even though she just won a Grammy. Who cares about that? Nobody's talking about Doechii, and she's supposed to be dropping her debut album. And speaking of that camp, child, so allegedly Normani could be getting signed to that camp, to TDE Punch, because she just followed TDE Punch on IG. So people are speculating that, you know, TDE Punch could actually work with her and build her up to be like SZA, because you know her previous label that she just walked away from did her dirty. And still speaking of that camp, child, so Baby Kim and Kendrick Lamar are coming. Your rap is finally saved. I didn't like J. Cole's album, so hopefully Kendrick, Baby Kim will deliver on this album. I am not expecting anything less. And as well, Jack Harlow. So if you're a Jack Harlow fan, I'm a Jack Harlow fan. He is also dropping his album March 30th. But Baby Kim and Kendrick Lamar, Kendrick is going to carry that album on his back. So that album, that joint album, is going to be released February 20th. Then Jack Harlow is dropping March 13th. But child, that is all I have for you guys in this video. Child, that was a lot of tea. So if you made it this far into this video and you're still watching, just hit subscribe so you stay updated on all the mess as it develops, because you know it's just gonna get messier. Drop a comment with your thoughts on all of these stories, and I will see you guys in my next video.